Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker is now just 122 days away from its official release by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio, as well as creator George Lucas. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, what's really exciting about Episode 9 is that we do know that this film is going to hold many different connections to the prequels and the originals, as well as, of course, other forms of the Disney Star Wars canon material that will be making its way into Episode 9 in order to benefit many of the main characters like Rey and Kylo Ren and a whole lot more in this story. And on top of all of this, we do know that Episode 9 really is going to be a revelation movie at the end of the day. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions, this is where things begin to get very exciting for Episode 9. Now, specifically, what's really intriguing about all of this is that shot descriptions consisting of a sequence based in the third act of the film, where it's explained that both Rey and Kylo Ren are facing the Dark Acolyte, who is under the control of Palpatine's Sith spirit. It's explained that one of the scenes is said to involve a one-on-one battle between Kylo and Palpatine. While this happens, it's said that the Force Ghost voice of Anakin Skywalker guides Kylo Ren by delivering a lesson to Kylo Ren as he fights Palpatine. Anakin is described to tell Kylo the code of the Force, which is a passage taken directly from the Journal of the Wills that Kylo listens to in order to focus on while fighting Sidious. There is even said to be a moment in which Sidious acknowledges Anakin's presence and lets Kylo Ren know that he knows that Ren is communicating with his grandfather Anakin and that it won't help him. It's described to be a beautiful moment between both grandfather and grandson, where it is actually said to be the definition of family and how it will be utilized in the third act by JJ. The sequence is said to involve a new theme for Kylo Ren that was composed by John Williams that is said to really be Ben Solo's theme, which implies that this could be the major hint of Ben-demption in the film. Lastly, it's explained that another sequence involves a scene in which Anakin's Force Ghost voice allows Kylo Ren to remember a repressed memory of his parents Han and Leia that causes more light to spill into Kylo's soul, that causes Kylo Ren to focus more on his enemy Sidious. So let's go over a couple of parts about this. Now, we do know that Episode 9 is going to have a lot of big twists and turns in this movie that's really going to change how we view some of the different characters from the originals, the prequels, and even the sequels. So we do know that George Lucas had a heavy, presence in the third act when it came to the rewriting and directing of it all, and how he was really in touch with everything related to Kylo and Palpatine, and how that's all going to be organized at the very end of Episode 9. So in this particular scenario, we have a moment in which Kylo Ren is facing Lord Sidious himself, where he's using the body of the Dark Acolyte as a host. And as Kylo Ren fights him, he is being guided by his grandfather Anakin Skywalker, where Anakin is telling him the code of the Force. Now, this is something completely new that we have never heard about in Legends and or in the current canon. Now, the code of the Force is said to be a passage taken directly from the Journal of the Wills. In case you guys did not know, within Luke Skywalker's tree library, one of the books are actually indeed the Journal of the Wills. And now you can really see how everything is starting to connect and how J.J. Abrams is, of course, borrowing elements from The Last Jedi and Star Wars Legends and combining it all in order to create something brand new and original that we have never seen or heard before in the Skywalker saga. So the code of the Force is a very interesting side of Star Wars. I'm honestly very hyped to see exactly what that's actually going to sound like and what it's really going to consist of, what kind of lesson it's going to be, given by Anakin to Kylo Ren to focus on his enemy Sidious. Now, with that, of course, there's also a moment in which we have Kylo Ren going up against Sidious, where Anakin's Force Ghost voice allows Kylo Ren to remember a specific repressed memory about his parents Han and Leia that allows Kylo Ren to have more light spilled into his soul. And this is exactly what allows him to focus on Sidious even all the more so. So what I like so much about this is that this movie, it really is going to be action-packed. It's going to have a lot of Force lore involved. It's going to have a lot of characters from the past involved in this movie. And the fact that they really are trying their very best, Disney and Lucasfilm, JJ and crew, to make things right within the sequel trilogy, since a lot of fans out there had a big issue with The Last Jedi, the way it was presented and done by Rian Johnson. I myself included had a lot of issues with the film. If you guys love that movie, that is perfectly fine. Everybody is entitled to their own opinion. But with that being said, Episode 9 really is very important because, well, it does determine the future of the Star Wars franchise and where things are really going to go for this entire franchise and the new Star Wars trilogy, and exactly where that's going to stand once Episode 9 releases come December of this year. So the whole Kylo and Anakin dynamic while he fights Palpatine, I think is brilliant, it's fascinating, and a step in the right direction. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.